Violence within a teen dating relationship has become very common over the years.
And it is a topic that doesn't get talked about enough. Today we're going to present to you two different skits from two different perspectives, a female perspective and a male perspective.
Hey guys.
Hey.
I was wondering, are you guys busy tonight?
No, not really.
Would you guys like to catch a movie?
Is your girlfriend going to be okay with that?
Yeah, she's fine. She's watching the baby.
What time do you want to go to the movies?
We go like at 11.
Okay.
Okay.
What are you doing? Who are
Huh?
you talking to?
My friends?
You can't have friends.
What you
We
mean I
talked
can't have
about this
friends?
before.
They're just my friends. We're just gonna watch a
Can we
movie.
speak privately? I've told you this plenty of times before. You can't have any friends, and there you go talking to other people.
What you mean? We're just gonna go watch a movie together.
No, you can't have friends. I'm the only friend you can have.
We're just gonna watch a movie. What you mean?
Give me your phone.
Here you go.
Who is Jessica?
What you mean? That's my friend.
Your friend you sent hires to?
Yes, we're just going to the movies together.
I'm really tired of this.
And now this is from a female perspective.
Hey guys.
Hi.
You guys want to do something today?
Sure.
I heard this girl's having a party. You want to go?
Of course.
Sure. Do you have a babysitter for the baby?
Yeah, I think I could get one.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, hey.
What you think you're doing?
Having a conversation.
Conversation with who?
My friends.
What I tell you about the friends? These are not your friends.
Yeah, they're my friends.
I'm your only friend.
I can't
You don't have friends. No.
I just want to have one day.
What you mean
To
one day?
myself.
You can't have nothing, no days off. So you're going out in the cold with our baby?
She's fine.
You know she could get sick.
What do you want me to do?
What you mean I want you to do? You're not going out the house no more. Give me the baby.
I don't know what you want me to do.
I'm breaking up with you.
Stay tuned for more.
Hello. Today we're going to be talking about teen dating violence. Teen dating violence is usually physical, emotional, and/or sexual abuse. Physical abuse can be harming your partner by hitting them with your hands or an object. Emotional abuse can be associated with verbal abuse, which is when you hurt them by the things you say or do. Sexual abuse is taking advantage of your partner's body without their consent. Just because you're in a relationship, this does not obligate you to do things you do not want to do. And although these are most commonly reported, there are many more out there.
Other types of abuse are financial, digital, and social abuse. Digital and social abuse go hand in hand. This is when your partner uses social media or the people around them to hurt you. This can look like constantly checking your phone or spreading rumors about you through social media. Financial abuse is when your partner controls your money and tells you what to do with it.
The majority of teenagers don't know the signs of being in an abusive relationship. They either don't know the types of abuse, the difference between a healthy and an unhealthy relationship, or they just simply don't know what to do if they're victims of teen dating violence. 1 in 3 high school students will experience an abusive relationship or already have. Only 33% of teens tell someone about the abuse. That is less than half, and it is very important that people speak up because no one should have to go through the struggle of being abused.
Around the world, 1.5 million teenagers are abused by their girlfriend or boyfriend. With that being said, females are not the only ones that can be abused, and males are not the only ones that can be the abuser. 1 in 10 males have been raped, stalked, and physically abused. Only 13% of these males come forward. This shows that males are less likely to speak up than females.
When boys are growing up, they're told to act like a man and not to cry because crying is for girls. With this mindset, men tend to push their feelings to the side and accept the pain. They want to look more masculine and don't want to be looked at differently.
Fear plays a significant role as to why teenagers don't speak up about domestic violence. They are afraid of their friends judging them or their parents finding out.
81% of parents have admitted that they don't think teen dating violence is an issue, or that they don't know whether or not it is an issue. Teenagers are not the only ones that have to be educated. Parents need to know the signs as well. 82% of parents said that they'd be able to identify if their child was in an abusive relationship. So those parents were put to the test, and only 53% of parents identified their child correctly. As a result of these statistics, awareness has to be raised about teen dating violence.
Another reason people don't tell anyone about the abuse is because they are afraid that the abuse will progress or get worse. Abusers can keep their victim quiet by threatening them or blackmailing them. If you feel threatened by someone you're dating, then it's most likely unhealthy. A healthy relationship should consist of trust, compromise, equality, and support. On the other hand, an unhealthy relationship is controlling. When your partner tries to control you, when they talk down on you, get jealous often, and don't let you go with your friends or family.
The abuser often feels the need to abuse their partner because they feel powerless. They want their partner to feel worthless so they can feel better. Sometimes they may feel like their partner is going to leave them, so they put restrictions on who they can see, what they can do, and where they can go by themselves.
Some signs that someone you know is in an abusive relationship is that they're not around as much, they're quieter than before, they're more insecure about their body, and they don't talk about their relationship. If they're in a physically abusive relationship, then they might cover up the marks by wearing long-sleeve shirts and/or baggy clothes. If you suspect that someone you know is in an abusive relationship, then you should always take the initiative to reach out to them.
Being in an abusive relationship can have many long-term effects, such as substance abuse, suicidal thoughts or attempts, sexually transmitted diseases, unwanted pregnancies, depression, anxiety, and trust issues.
Victims of domestic violence have a 70% chance of being more likely to heavily drink alcohol than others who haven't experienced the abuse at all. Oftentimes, people use drugs and alcohol to numb the pain or make the pain go away. After the high goes away, the victims find themselves in the same position over again, so the cycle repeats. When the body gets used to the high, the victims try to go for something stronger, and this can be more dangerous altogether.
60% of victims experience depression and 65% of victims have anxiety. Anxiety and depression can lead to suicide if the proper measures aren't taken. 15% of people diagnosed with depression die by taking their own life. The ratio of male suicides to female suicides is 1 to 4. Suicide could be prevented by spreading awareness and education.
Studies show that female victims are 2.5 times more likely to contract an STD and are 3 times more likely to have unplanned pregnancy. This may be because they're afraid to ask their partner to put a condom on during sexual intercourse or because they were raped. Unplanned pregnancies are unsafe for the baby because the circumstances that they are born into may not always be the best.
Being a victim of teen dating violence can affect your future relationships. A victim of teen dating violence may be afraid to love again because they do not want to go through the same experience they went through the first time. No one should be afraid to love. Love is a beautiful thing. You just have to know the difference between someone that loves you and someone that just wants to keep you around. Love is not abuse, and this is why we have to put an end to teen dating violence.
As we have briefly stated before, education is very important when it comes to trying to prevent an issue. We have to educate both teenagers and their parents. Teenagers need to understand that they are not alone and that they have people that they can go to for help. If teenagers know the early signs of abuse, it'll be easier for them to leave the relationship before the abuse gets worse.
Teens who are not in an abusive relationship need to take the initiative. Many teens don't speak up when they see someone is going through a rough time because they believe it's none of their business. Others believe that if you're in an abusive relationship, then you should just get out of it. But we all know that it's not that easy. Simply speaking up about what you think is going on can save someone's life.
If you're someone suffering from abuse, you can always talk to your best friend or a family member.
If you don't feel comfortable speaking to someone you know, you can keep it anonymous by contacting the Philadelphia Domestic Abuse Hotline and speak to experts about your situation and seek the help you need.
If you are not a victim but you suspect that someone you know is in an abusive relationship, then you should try to talk to them and let them know that you were there for them.
We conducted a survey of various ages and grades, and out of 120 surveys, we got 71 back that said no to all 4 categories, which is the people who witnessed abuse and who were victims of abuse and whether or not they sought help. As you can see here and here, of the people who were victims of abuse, there's a significant difference in the people who sought help.
Here are some stories from students who decided to share their stories with us after we gave them an educational presentation about teen dating violence.
We made the wheel of education. We wanted to educate people in a fun way. So say if you spin it and it lands on emotional, you take out the card that says emotional, and on the back it has a fact.
Working on this project, is important to us because we are teens and we have friends who are teenagers too. Knowing that people our age are being abused by the people they think they love changes the way we see relationships.
We would like to have the opportunity to share our knowledge with others and put an end to teen dating violence.